vote majority. Sadly, he passed away less than a week after defending his faith at the Kampong Likas Muslim Cemetery in Kota Kinabalu. Head of State Tun Musa Aman, Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, UMNO leaders and members of the public gathered to perform funeral prayers. UMNO Supreme Council member Dato Sri Ahmad Maslan described him as a fighter who was unafraid to speak out for the people of Sabah.
Dia straight to the point, tidak ada berpusing-pusing. Kalau saya boleh merumuskan 3 patah perkataan kepada Allahyarham, beliau adalah pejuang rakyat Sabah yang terutama medannya ialah Dewan Rakyat Parlimen.
Breaking news from Malaysia's railways. The ETS Southern Line connecting Kuala Lumpur and Johor Bahru will officially start operation on December 12th. His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim will launch the service in Johor Bahru on December 11, one day before it begins operation. Commuters and travelers can expect a faster, smoother, and more comfortable journey. Let's take a closer look at how this new service will impact travel and connectivity across the region.
Malaysia's railway system has reached a major milestone. Transport Minister Anthony Loke has announced that the electric train service Southern Line connecting Kuala Lumpur and Johor Bahru will officially commence operations on December 12th. The official launch ceremony will be held on December 11 and will be officiated by His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim, the King of Malaysia. The first phase of the service will operate directly from KL Central to JB Central with no train transfers required. Travel time is expected to be reduced to approximately 3.5 hours, offering a faster and more comfortable journey between the major cities. Initial operations will focus on the Johor Bahru to Kuala Lumpur road with 2 daily return trips. In the future, services are expected to increase to up to 10 trips per day, running every 2 to 3 hours. The second phase will extend the route to Butterworth and Padang Besar, completing a full north to south rail connection. The launch of the ETS Southern Line marks a major step forward in improving connectivity and modernizing Malaysia's rail transport system.
Berbanding dengan kereta, kita jimat dari segi masa. Jadi satu tarikan yang pada saya sangat menarik kepada pengguna-pengguna yang memilih untuk menaiki kereta api.
On top of our story today, the launch of Malaysia new ETS Southern Line, we go now out to the street to hear what residents and witnesses have to say about the incidents. Our reporter is live at the scene, talking to people to get their perspective. Let's see how the community is reacting.
Good afternoon, I'm Jesslyn, reporting live from Bandar Tasik Selatan, where preparations are underway for the launch of the new ETS Southern Line connecting Kuala Lumpur and Johor Bahru, with operations officially starting on December 12th. Many commuters are eager to see how this upgraded service will change their travel experience. I'm here speaking to travelers to gather his thoughts on this major development. Before we begin, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Edmund, and then I'm from Johor Bahru. So I'm been travel around between Johor and KL.
So how familiar are you with the new ETS Southern Line?
For the ETS Southern Line, what I know is it is launched at 12th of December, right?
Yes. What was your first reaction when you heard it start on 12th December?
Actually, I'm very excited because it is very convenient for me for travel around these two places.
Okay, do you think this road will benefit commuters?
Yes, of course. Because it is more spending time between using by car or bus.
Okay, traveler time will be around 3.5 hours. How important is that for you?
It can save more time between the four-wheel vehicles, and then it will be more convenient for us.
Okay, the first phase has 2 daily return trips. Is that enough?
I think for now, yes, but I hope for the future have more of the time slot for choosing.
Okay, what do you think about having a direct no transfer road from KL Central to JB Central?
Actually it will more saving time because no transferring, right? And then it will more convenient for the old folks sometimes.
Okay, anything you hope the STS will improve over time?
I think the price can more less a bit, and then the seat can be more comfortable.
Okay, thank you for your sharing for the thoughts. As we've seen today, commuters are welcoming the ETS Southern Line with excitement and high expectations. Many are eager to experience fast travel, improved comfort, and better connectivity between Kuala Lumpur and Johor Bahru. We'll continue to follow this story as Malaysia prepares of the official launch. Reporting live from KL Central, from Bandar Tasik Selatan, this is Jocelyn. Back to you in the studio.
Next, we turn a tragic story from Terengganu, where a couple lost their lives while they are on their way home after preparing their wedding. Their SUV reportedly plunged 60 meters into a ravine along a road that had been officially closed due to a landslide. Authorities say that warning signs and barriers may have been tampered with. Here's a closer look at what happened.
On 7 December, authorities reported a tragic accident in Terengganu involving an SUV that plunged 60 meters into a ravine along Jalan Kuala Jenaris, Sungai Gawi, Aring. The victims, 52 years old Hazan Sajali and 34 years old Suzaima Che Aziz, were a couple from Kelantan who were on their way home after making wedding preparations. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. Police said the crash occurred on a road that had been officially closed due to a landslide, but warning signs and concrete barriers were found to have been moved or tampered with. Investigators also found no brake marks, indicating the SUV did not attempt to stop before plunging into the ravine. Authorities believe the couple was unaware the road ahead had collapsed, causing the vehicle to drive straight off the edge. The SUV was retrieved after a challenging 4-hour rescue operation and has been taken for further technical examination. The incident has raised concern over road safety, with authorities warning the public not to remove the road closure signs as it endangers other motorists. Police are investigating who was responsible while reminding drivers to always obey road closure notices to prevent similar tragedies.
Kita ikut segala-gala SOP di mana-mana ada berlaku keruntuhan dan sebagainya, precautionary measures itu memang kita buat, ya. Jadi kalau didakwa atau dialihkan, itu pentinglah kita nak tahu siapa mengalihkan dia.
As we continue this morning, we turn our attention to a story that goes beyond the headlines. Today's first special report takes a deeper look into what people say about the My Kasih Assistance program, examining the impact of the aid and public awareness ahead of its December 31st expiry. It's an in-depth piece that sheds light on many may not see at first glance. Let's take a closer look.
Good morning, I'm Wan Ki. Since August 31st, the government has introduced the My Kasih Assistance Program, under which all Malaysian citizens aged 18 and above receive 100 ringgit via their My Card to purchase basic necessities and help ease the cost of living. Year end is around the corner. The government has also reminded the citizens that My Kasih balance will be expired on December 31st, and any unused amount will not be carried forward into the next year. But has this assistance program truly helped Malaysians? Let's take a look at what Prapit thinks about My Kasih.
都 OK 㗎，因為我生活上啦可以幫到多少啊？買我大多數攞嚟係買米啊、買油啊、即食麵。
Yeah, for sure. My Kasih reduces my living costs. I spend around 80% to buy instant noodle.
Mostly customer buy 4 items for grocery, canned food and baby care. We have a 3,000 item by government.
Have staff experienced any challenges since the implementation of the My Kasih program?
In market, we have a terminal for taking total and approving item. Some customer making for mistake that non-item My Kasih and cashier have to put back the item.
What improvements do they suggest for the My Kasih program?
My opinion, government must make it easy for cashier. Because item My Kasih have to double scan. It take a long time and make it a queue at the counter. Or government make ready some machine for My Kasih like a safety.
好似啲廁紙啊，同埋啲藥物啊、Panadol 呢啲啊，可以嚟講，因為買卡些係冇嘛，如果可以嚟講就更加好啲咯。
In my opinion, if my casa can pay my water bill or electricity bill, will be better.
Were they aware that my cassette will be expired on December 31st?
我用晒咗啦已經因為驚好多人排隊啊。
Yeah, I know the deadline through social media like IG, FB. I already use up all my balance because I scared later a lot of people queuing up for the my casa.
Do they hope the government will continue providing my cassette program in the future?
梗係希望啦，可以幫更加多嘅嗰啲貧窮嘅家庭啊，真係好好嘅。雖然講係100溝啫，但係如果係真係嗰啲家庭需要到嗰啲100溝都係好好嘅。
Yeah, for sure. If next time I have extra balance, I will donate to the others people in need or home shelter like that.
Authorities are calling on My Cassette recipients to check their remaining balance through the My Cassette apps and to utilize the assistance before the deadline at participating outlets such as 99 Supermarket, KKMart and Lotus to avoid the aid expiring unused.
And now, turning to development in Europe, global attention has shifted to London, where Ukrainian President Artem Borov has arrived for urgent high-level talks with key European leaders. His mission is clear: to secure stronger military aid, humanitarian support, and solid security guarantees as the conflict in Eastern Europe shows no sign of slowing. Borov touched down at Heathrow tonight under heavy rain and intense media presence. Officials say that he carried evidence of fresh drone strikes and rising civilian casualties.
Inside Downing Street, discussion took place between President Artem Borov and three major European figures, British Prime Minister John Sterling, French President Clément Montauk, and German Chancellor Heinrich Schmier. The atmosphere was described by officials as intense but hopeful, with each leader entering the talks aware of the stakes for both Europe and Ukraine. Early conversation revealed clear disagreements. Funding commitments, military resources, and the question of whether a peace roadmap should involve territorial concessions divide the room. Several European advisors suggested that returning disputed regions to opposing forces could fast-track negotiation, but Borov rejected the idea with a hesitation. He stated firmly that Ukraine cannot trade land for peace, reminding leaders that behind every territory line are communities, schools, and thousands of families who have already lost too much. As our past, pressure mounted. Diplomatic teams worked behind closed doors, balancing humanitarian concern with long-term security strategy. Then, shortly before midnight, progress finally emerged. All four leaders moved toward an unified draft agreement outlining increased financial aid and expanded defense cooperation.
Indonesia is facing a very serious disaster as massive floods continue to hit part of Sumatra. Heavy rain and strong storms have caused huge damage, especially in the province of Aceh, North Sumatra, and West Sumatra. The flooding began at the end of November and has only gotten worse. As of today, more than 900 people have died and hundreds are still missing. Millions of people have been affected either by losing their homes, being injured, or being forced to evacuate to safer areas.
Villages have been washed away or buried by mud. Many homes, schools, hospitals, and shops are damaged or destroyed. Roads and bridges have collapsed, making it extremely difficult for rescue teams to enter some areas. Some places can only be reached by helicopter. Survivors are facing very tough conditions. Many people do not have enough food, clean drinking water, or medicine.
Ya, harapan saya semoga anak-anak dan istri saya ditemukan. Saya cuma berharap itu aja, Bang. Dan apa namanya? Dan partisipasi dari pemerintah juga.
Some families are walking long distances through mud, logs, and flood water just to reach aid centers. There are also rising concerns about disease because the water is dirty and health facilities are not functioning properly. The Indonesian government is working to repair roads, clear landslides, and sends more rescue teams. Helicopters are being used to drop foods, water, and emergency supplies to isolated communities. However, officials say that the fuels and funds are running low and many areas remain cut off. Authorities have also started investigating whether illegal logging and forest clearing made the flooding worse. 12 companies are now being checked for possible violation, as removing too many trees can lead to more landslides and heavier flooding.
Trade tension between the European Union and China are heating up, especially as European nations push back on China's export restriction. China has recently restricted export of critical raw materials and goods such as rare earth, semiconductors, steel, and electric vehicle components. These materials are vital for many European industry, from car manufacturing to electronics. As a result, European leaders are urging China to ease their restriction to prevent further disruption to their industry.
Once the Europe is taking steps to protect its market, the Europe recently unveiled a new economic security strategy that aims to reduce dependence on Chinese critical materials and strengthen supply chains resilience.
Und für Europa will ich klar sagen, wir setzen auf offene Märkte und wir setzen auf faire Wettbewerbsbedingungen. Wir scheuen den Wettbewerb nicht.
Meanwhile, Germany officials have become more outspoken. Johann Wadephol, Germany's foreign minister, is preparing a high-profile visit to Beijing to directly raise concerns. He plans to demand fairer trade, especially in rare earths and steel, and wants China to address restrictions that hurt German businesses. At the same time, the European leaders say trade must be fair and balanced. Ursula von der Leyen, president of the European Commission, has called for balanced trade relations and urged China to ensure stable supply of key materials. This is not just about trade. The tension also reflects broader concern over strategic dependence, whether Europeans should rely so heavily on China for critical materials, defense-related industry, technological and manufacturing.
Ich habe heute deutlich gemacht, dass wir hier für deutsche und für europäische Unternehmen Verlässlichkeit und Stabilität brauchen, dass die ungerechtfertigte Anwendung von Exportkontrollen eine ernsthafte Bedrohung für die Weltwirtschaft darstellt.
As we continue this morning, we turn our attention to a story that goes beyond the headlines. Today's special report takes a deeper look into the Christmas decoration across Kuala Lumpur's major shopping malls, exploring the creative concept and design behind each shopping mall's Christmas theme and how this decoration create an immersive festive experience for their visitors. Let's take a closer look.
Hello, this is Jaslyn. As the year-end festivities approach, Kuala Lumpur major shopping centers have begun adorning their premises with dazzling Christmas decorations, transforming into popular destinations for locals and tourists alike to capture their moments. Each mall will boast unique theme displays, but which one will prove most popular with visitors? Let us explore public opinions on this year's Christmas decorations.
Compared to other shopping centers, which one's decoration appealed to you most? Why?
Pavilion, I think, because not so bright. The lights are nicer.
I think Mid Valley because there are many Christmas trees and there are Santa and the reindeer flying in the sky, and also have the nutcrackers. It's very special.
Are there any themes you particularly like but not currently featured or have been featured previously?
A team from Pavilion or KCC come here and see the decoration. Yeah, can join together.
Fairy tales decoration, they have the giant storybook and the fairy tales, all those things. It's very special and dreamy.
Similarly to previous years, major shopping malls have set up various workshops and pop-up stores around their Christmas decorations to enhance the festive atmosphere and elevate the public's experience. Meanwhile, some malls have also stated that proceeds from related activities will be donated to charitable organizations and World Vision Malaysia.
Actually, dia punya area agak sukar untuk customer come. If dia bawa tempat ke depan sedikit ataupun ke belakang untuk dekat dengan tempat decoration, I think more sale and customer easy datang dan lihat. So for redemption is good. Sangat bagus, customer happy. Apa yang aktiviti dekat sini untuk yang customer dapat, customer more to happy.
What were your impressions after seeing these displays and decorations?
Very nice, make me want to come back every year.
I hope more decoration, not displays only. I think whole more decoration, yeah, give the vibe more.
With the launch of various Christmas-themed decorations across major shopping malls, these displays have become focal points for both locals and tourists alike, driving year-end crowds and economic activities. Whether it's a European star at Mid Valley, the glamorous pavilion, or a winter atmosphere at TRX, each mall's unique offering fulfill visitors' festive needs and experiences. So ultimately, whether these decorations successfully attract the public depends on individual preferences. What is undeniable is that these Christmas displays have become an integral part of Kuala Lumpur's year-end landscape.
South Korea actor Chu Jin-woon, whose real name is Chu Won-jun, is facing serious allegation. Dispatch has reported on his history as a juvenile offender that committed two serious crimes during his high school and has sent to the juvenile detention center. He was reported stole a vehicle with a group of people and involved in sexual assault.
During his second years of high school, he has faced criminal trials for robbery and rape under the Specific Crime Aggravations Act. He then sent to a juvenile detention centers after receiving the protective dispositions for juveniles. He also involved in physical altercations and drunk driving during his unknown actor time. He attempted to use his father's names instead of his real name as the stage names to erase his past. Chung Jin-woon was one of the main actors in the TVN's drama Signal, and the public also afraid of his influence on the programming of Signal 2. He was filming the role of a strong crime squad detective Lee Jae-han.
난 면허증 받아야 돼. An honest detective in 1980. 아니냐? 난 그런 놈이 제일 싫어. 지 혼자 잘났다고 까치는 클래식.
Netflix buys Warner Bros. Discovery's TV, film studios, and streaming for $82. This deal would allow full control over one of the Hollywood's most prized and oldest asset to streaming pioneer. Warner Bros. Discovery has struggled for years under a heavy debt load, while streaming costs and competition keep rising in the industry.
A heated bidding war, Warner Bros. Discovery chose Netflix over Paramount and Comcast. However, the deal will still yet to be approved by the authorities. The cash and stock transaction is valued at $27.65 per Warner Bros. Share. Each of their shareholders will receive $23.25 in cash and $4.50 in shares of Netflix common stock for each share outstanding at the closing of the transaction. Netflix, with famous original series of Stranger Things and K-pop Demon Hunters, will now gain access to the classic movies like Harry Potter and Game of Thrones. The co-CEO of Netflix, Ted Sheridan, mentioned that they believe they could give audience more of what they love and help define the next century's storytelling.
The championship battle between Red Bull and McLaren was finally decided in Abu Dhabi. Max Verstappen dominated the race with a time of 1 hour 26 minutes and 7 seconds, winning the final Grand Prix of 2025. However, the season title still went to McLaren's Lando Norris.
The title decider at 2025 is underway.
Max Verstappen took pole on Saturday and led the race from start to finish in Abu Dhabi, using his early advantage to hold off both McLarens. His teammate Yuki Tsunoda defeated against Lando Norris on lap 23 in a last attempt to keep Verstappen's title hopes alive. Norris broke through a narrow gap, finishing third behind teammate Oscar Piastri. Despite Verstappen's dominant victory, his points were not enough to overtake Norris, who sealed the Drivers' Championship with 423 points, just 2 points ahead of Verstappen's.
That we didn't win the championship, okay, I mean that happens, that's life. It's not something that I'll be too sad about. I mean, life goes on, you know.
McLaren also captured the Constructors' title with 833 points, confirming their commanding dominance throughout the 2025 seasons.
Malaysia defeated Thailand 3-1 in the SEA Games men's team badminton semi-final to reach Wednesday's final against Indonesia, while the women's team narrowly lost 2-3 to Indonesia and exited in the semifinals, marking a bittersweet outcome for Malaysia overall.
On Monday, Leong Junhao fought 15-21, 15-21 to world number 3 Kunlawut Witisan, placing early pressure on Malaysia. Aaron Xia and Soboyik then leveled the tie with a 21-18, 21-19 win, before Jaslyn Hall delivered a strong 21-10, 21-17 victory. Mam Wei Chong and T Kai Woon sealed the 3-1 result after a tight 3-game battle, sending Malaysia into Wednesday's final against Indonesia, the same rival that defeated them in the 2022 Hanoi SEA Games final. In the women's semi-final, Lashana lost to world number 7 Putri Kusuma Wardani, but Politan and Tina restored hope with a hard-fought win. Ling Ching then upset world number 10 Tun Jung to give Malaysia a brief lead. However, a risky temporary pairing in the second doubles match failed, and Siti Zulaika Azmi fell in the decider. Despite the 2-3 loss, Malaysia earned their best women's team result in 3 SEA Games with a bronze medal.
Before we wrap up this morning's bulletin, let's take a look at the latest weather condition across the country. We will be checking on Kuala Lumpur, Penang, Johor Bahru, Kuching, and Kota Kinabalu to see what you can expect as you head out for the day. From sunshine to possible showers, here's your full weather outlook. Kuala Lumpur will be mostly cloudy this morning and early afternoon, with thunderstorm expected around 4 to 5 p.m. especially during traffic hours. Temperature will range from 25 degrees to 33 degrees, so it's best for you to bring your umbrella if you're heading out later. Penang will see intermittent clouds around 7 to 8 a.m. followed by mostly cloudy skies through the late morning and early afternoon. Daytime temperatures stay around 26 degrees and drop to 23 to 24 degrees in the evening, making morning the best time for outdoor activity. Johor Bahru begins the day mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorm developing in the early afternoon. Temperatures range from 26 degrees to 32 degrees. If you're planning to be outdoors later in the day, keep an eye on the weather. Kuching will experience intermittent clouds from 8 to 9 a.m. becoming mostly cloudy from 9 to 10 a.m. and staying cloudy for the rest of the day. Daytime temperature are around 23 to 26 degrees, cooling to 22 to 24 at night. The weather is stable throughout the day, so outdoor plans should be proceed smoothly. Kota Kinabalu will be mostly cloudy throughout the day, with no thunderstorm expected. You may see a bit of sunshine between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Temperatures stay around 23 to 27 degrees and weather remains relatively stable, making it suitable for outdoor activities. Thank you for watching. This have been your news morning update on UCSI TV News. Thank you very much.